Well, in a complete reversal of roles, yes, I'm interviewing the mighty Steph. Thanks very much indeed. We're here at the World Retail Congress, so it's phenomenally intimidating for me to interview you.
Don't be
but I'm going to give it a shot. Now, I think you made everybody in the room sort of take a deep sort of breath when you said to everybody, you are now a retailer. We were all thinking, well, what sort of retailing, what stores is it, what products is it, what categories is it? And I was thinking all sorts, but I've got to say, I completely didn't get anywhere near. So perhaps you could explain just what it is.
Yeah, I left people hanging. So my business is called Gootopia, and it is a kind of slime experience business. So I'm talking gooey stuff that you make.
Right?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? And I'm talking like where you go in, you do an hour of making slime from scratch. So you learn a bit about the science of it and why things are slimy. Then you can add your own fragrance. You can make it glow in the dark. You can add textures to it. And we did this. So me and the corners. It came from a very organic way of making slime with kids, and then asking for birthday parties to be done. And then we were like, let's open a retail unit. We did that, and then we kept getting booked out all the time. So we opened more. We've now franchised it. We've got 3 units in London, in shopping centres. We've now partnered with Gravity up in the north. We've just opened one in the northwest, our first franchise in the UK. We've got one in Malta as well, off the back of some Maltese lads coming in.
International.
And it is, but it's really fascinating because it's that thing now where, having that experience in retail, the parents can leave kids with us for an hour or whatever, go off and do something else, hopefully spend money in other shops, and then come back and get their kids.
So what is, at its core, what's the core customer proposition?
It's workshops in slime. It's like, and then taking home slime afterwards. It's it's as simple as that.
The parents just love you, all the slime.
I know. We tell them how to get it off, but adults really like it too. That was the weird quirk of this. We started getting requests from like dating sites to run date nights, so slime and dine or slime.
Now that's an interesting concept. Yeah. Slime and wine. I'm in for that.
Yeah, so we started doing that, Valence slime, which went down well, and then obviously special educational needs. It's really good because it's very sensory. So we've done work with schools.
Is there any science behind it?
Yes, there is, because you're putting chemicals together, and how much Activate you put in will tell you how the consistency of your slime. So you've got to work out ratios. It's a bit like baking, it's putting all the chemicals and bits and bobs ingredients together, and then you make the slime you want. But we also do giant slimes where all the kids will go in a circle and make a big slime and throw it around. It's just really fun. And unbeknownst to me,
most entrepreneurs, may passion for things and a lifetime sort of wanted to do it, suddenly do it. So what was the?
I regularly bath in slime.
Oh well, there we are then. That's it.
No, it was simply keeping kids entertained, and it's as simple as that. And kids love slime, and so it grew from that. It grew from my corner Chris and his wife Nishi making slime with their kids. He was a TV producer on my show at the time. He was telling me all about it, and then we started getting interest from celebs who wanted him to run events. Word spread, and then all of a sudden, I came on board as an investor, and then really wanted to be part of the whole operation, set up, picking retail units, and I love it because I'm a business journalist. I spend a lot of time talking about business. Now I know the realities of
Do you have more sympathy for people you interview?
I do. I'm not going to be nicer though.
Damn.
Yeah. But it's just, I think retail is really exciting. And I think where it's heading, and that's why it's great being here, because it's just where it's heading. How will AI play a part in it? And it already is in our business. And so
AI and slime are bedfellows, are they?
Well, in the sense of the backroom operations, AI, we haven't got robots teaching slime making yet, but could come a day.
So we're here at the World Retail Congress. You are masterminding the sessions, and have done some great interviews so far, and we've got a lot more to come. What are the themes so far you picked out?
So I think it's really interesting. I think the theme that's really stuck out to me is this element of trust, and trust being at the core of like what you need to give your customers in order to grow and get that sustainable growth. So that idea of, I think there was such a focus on price, wasn't there, 10, however long years ago, that I think some retailers lost sight of people and what their brand means to people. And it feels like we're hearing more about how important that is, about collaboration, like Ken Murphy, CEO of Tesco, talking about actually retailers could collaborate more in terms of what they do and how they support each other. It's not all competition.
I thought it was interesting what he said about actually there are a whole lot of commonalities.
Yes.
That people should actually, especially to do with environmental factors, could collaborate with, and just pick other grounds to be competitive.
Yeah, and that point as well about the people and how important people are in retail. In order to keep them so a job in retail isn't just something you do when you're a teenager and then you leave, like just showing young people that there's an amazing career path to be had. We all know, like most of the CEOs of big retail companies often started on the shop floor.
I think that's one of the most wonderful things about retail.
Yeah.
You know, you put your trust in young people, you train them, and you know, within a few years, suddenly they're, you know, in the C-suite, and great examples that we've seen today of people who are now running the company.
Yeah, exactly that. And I think that storytelling needs to happen more, so it's seen as like a route to the top, not just a kind of transient.
But I also think governments have never really quite understood the importance that retail plays, both to the economy but also to society.
Well, yeah, because it's like you said, not just it's getting the next generation into work and giving them experience. It's about how much it's an essential part of everyone's life. You know, supply chains is really important for distribution and logistics and everything, and infrastructure. It plays into every dynamic of what the government's meant to be in charge of.
And also, I think it also plays across every aspect of business. I mean, as a business journalist, I don't think there's a single element of business that isn't reflected in one form or another within a retail proposition.
Yes, and the size of it, and it's not just what we see as consumers, it's all the backroom operations and all of the logistics and planning and everything else around that.
So as a business journalist...
Go on, you've got a cheeky look on your face, what?
Damn. What's your prognosis for the next 12 months? I mean, are you
I'm an optimist.
Optimist about this, or
I think uncertainty is horrendous for business. We all know that, but we've had uncertainty for a while now, and I think the businesses doing well are the ones that are just not, you control what you can control, but also trying to learn from what the Magnificent Seven are doing. You know, the big seven tech firms, thinking about how they can be more like that in their business. I think yes, the uncertainty is going to put a lot of pressure on the economy, but I wonder if this is a reset that we need in the world economics, because everything has been so driven by America and China. Maybe if they continue to fight amongst themselves, we'll develop our own markets and our own growth in other areas, and we'll bring, and be less dependent on what they're doing. And I don't know. This is the kind of, I always try to be optimistic, and I think AI is the next industrial revolution.
Oh, I mean, completely. I think it will put the industrial revolution into the shade, actually, in terms of its...
Yeah. But the key is bringing people along with it and not leaving people behind, which is where like governments and stuff come into this.
And what's your overall sort of feel about the way in which the economy around the world is so sort of dependent on the way in which, a few people in the various different financial institutions? Do you think part of this reset will be a reset in the way in which the city and the institutions value things?
Yeah. We are so driven, aren't we, by what happens in the stock markets and by what happens with government debt and bond yields and all of that. And actually, day to day, that doesn't mean anything to real people, but yet that impacts government decisions. And it would be really good if there was some kind of reset on that, so that we weren't just taking note of what financial, as you say, few financial investors are doing and where they're choosing to put their money. It should be more about it sounds a bit utopian, but more about what it means for everyone, not just for the richest trying to make more money from it all.
Well, Steph McGovern, thank you very much. I know you've got to go somewhere. You're late already. Thank you very much indeed.